Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI related tutorial by Team Slidescope. Nowadays we are doing some agricultural analysis, and here we have honey production in USA. We found a simple data set and we tried to create a simple interactive dashboard here where you can analyze how many total number of colonies are there that are producing honey, what is average price per pound, their total production value in USD, their total stocks, then total production in pounds. Column details are given here, and target field related discussion is also here. So year wise total production and value of production, total production by state and value of production by state, everything. A very simple tutorial, but an interactive tutorial, an interactive dashboard tutorial where you will learn how to create this dashboard. It is for beginners, so let's get started with loading the data and understanding the data set. Now to start analyzing the data that we have today of honey production, we will use text CSV connector. I will explain the data set in great detail just after this. So we will connect the honey production.csv file and it will load the data, and you can see all these columns. I will explain you meaning of all these columns. We will load the data, and after loading is complete, we will simply add a text box. Now honey production loading is complete. In our view, we are simply going to add a text box letting people know what we are doing here. This is honey production in the USA analysis, and we will align it to center and give it a heading of around 28 or 32, whatever is possible. So this is our data. This is our dashboard preparation. Now let's learn something about the data set. So the data set that we are going to use in today's project is honey production in USA data set. All the information about the data set is given here, like what was the problem, and they have given acknowledgement to NASS of the US Department of Agriculture. So in the data set we have state information, number of honey producing colonies, yield per colony, that is given in LBS or pounds, total production like multiplication of number of colonies and yield per colony. And you can see how the data is distributed. We will try to create similar thing. Then stocks held by producers on December 15, and price is given here. So these type of columns are given, and year and production value, the value of production, that is total produced into total production value. So this is total production, this is price per pound, average price per pound, and this is like a multiplication. So on the basis of this, we will try to create a dashboard that can interactively help users in understanding the data. We will download the honey production.csv file and load in our favorite BI tool. Now when we are doing this kind of analysis, so we can have different type of target fields in mind. So here the target field can be the production value, depending upon your main focus of analysis. So you can choose production value as target field if you are analyzing economic output by state or year. Then you can also choose total production, understanding volume of production over time or across regions. We can also consider price per pound, average price per pound, useful for price trend analysis, market change, and yield per colony, efficiency metrics, like good for productivity benchmarking among the states. So this is something that you can consider. I will keep this here. So on the basis of this, let's say we want to analyze them. So first we have to prepare the data set, and we will prepare some KPIs here. So let's get started with that. So we can go to view and select some theme for us. I will randomly select this theme, which is a classic theme, and in the classic theme, first of all this is Sergio Light. If you want, you can go with Sergio Bold. So this is one thing. And we can select a particular color. So some part of this tutorial will be focused on designing, so you have to just keep analyzing that. So first we prepare our text box, and in our text box we will we will go to effects and give a visual border or a shadow to it. So this is the shadow. Next thing is, if you want, you can add some background color, that is optional. And we can also add a sidebar here. So we are going to insert tab. Suppose we want to add something as a filter, like we can add state as a filter, we can add year as a filter to understand the data. So for that we are going to add a shape. So either I can add this or this particular shape here. So let me add that. So this will be our shape here, and this section will be used for holding filters and some research company analysis here. Like if you want to put logo of the company who is doing the research or institute, whatever you can put here. Next is, we can also go to effects, and in visual border we will give it a rounded corner as well. So that is something we can do, and we can choose a white color also. So based on that, so this is our dashboard now prepared. Let's add some images here, and we can add some images from here, just representing something about honey production. And I'm just adding image of my institute here, so we'll just paste it here. If you want to learn Power BI in online classes, you can learn at Flight School. Now firstly we will build some KPIs, so which will give us an idea about how many total number of colonies are there year wise, production. That kind of analysis can be done here. So first of all we will create a card here, and in the card I will just put number of colonies. So you can see it is showing 38 million is the sum of num colonies, and here we will go to callout value. Let's use 30 pixel as the callout value, and from here we can select some color, and this is sum of num col, it is showing as that. So first of all we will just rename for this visual as number of colonies. And when we are saying number of colonies, we can change the category label. So if you will disable or enable it, you can see it is showing. And for this, let's choose this font color, increase font size and make it bold. This is number of colonies, and we can use the same formatting that we have used here. So we can copy it and paste it here. So this is one of our cards. This is showing number of colonies. Next, let's copy it and paste it by pressing Ctrl C and V. Here we are going to put price per pound. So we will put here, and here we are going to select average. What is average price per pound? Here are the column details. So basically price per LB is average price per pound of honey, and we have selected the average of that. So you can also rename it as price per pound. So we can write it like that, and we can make a copy, paste it here. This is production value, so we will simply add it here. What is total production value? And you can see it is given a total honey production, that is number of colony into yield per colony in pounds. Next we can also write total stocks. So for that we are just going to add this, which is total stocks held by producers. This is also in LBS. And actually the variable that we have selected here is production value. I misread it. So this is in dollars, value of production. So we will name it in USD. And this is actually the total production. So here total production, the total amount of honey production, it is number of colony and yield per production in LBS. So let's add that finally. So here we are going to add total production. We can also make the font size as 35 here. So I will format painter and apply the same font size in all the cases. Now our KPIs are ready. We will add some filters here. We will use state and year as our primary filters. So for that we are going to use the slicer that we are going to put here. In these slicers, first of all I will put state information, because there are many states from where we have this data. First of all, in slicer settings we have a vertical list, so we will select a drop down list and open it like that. This is slicer header, which is mentioned as a state. I will change the name from the main visual. I will select like this and increase the size, make it bold, or we can select some other color and also that people can read easily. And for values also we have a font color. So like when we are going to expand it, so these values are coming, so we will just use this color here. Let's say if the font is not visible properly, we can select a lighter color also, and we can increase its size also. Because we have only two filters here, we will rename. So this way when we will copy, we will be able to apply the styling easily. I will just give some kind of border here, so I will go to effects and give a visual border, and this is our filter. Now I will copy and paste it here. So we have a state name, then we are going to use the year as filter as well. Here we are going to use year. For year I will choose slicer setting and select between, so we will have more options for year. And like okay, and in year I don't know why, but it should have copied the header styling also. Maybe we changed it, so let's give it. And if it is not working, I will disable slicer header from here and I will enable title. So this is going to be year, for which we are going to select this font color, select 16 as font value, make it bold, and if needed we can align it to center as well. So this is year, and we can change the year. Like you can see between 98 to 2001, 98 to 2004, etc. So this way you can select any 2 years and see the values between those years. So now we have our filters ready. Now if we are considering total production as our target field, or we are considering total production value, whatever, so we can create a visualization where we can put a state here. So let me reduce that. So I will put the shape map here, and in my many previous classes I have explained how to enable shape map. So we will put our shape map here, and in the shape map, because we have a state as location, so when we'll add that, we can see whatever primary color of theme is there, that will be applied as a color, which we can change later as well. But here it is going to tell color saturation on the basis of different things. So let's say on the basis of total production, if we will put it as a color saturation, so you can see in which states we have higher values, like in California or North Dakota, this is green. In STFL, Florida, I don't remember what is ST. So South Dakota, obviously. So here you have North Dakota, etc. These are the state where production is higher. Okay, and we will mention the title properly. So here we will go and select the title and select text color and whatever color we want. Let's say we want this color for our heading. So this is sum of total production by state. We will align it to center, make it bold. Okay, and we will rename the visuals from here. So here we will select, instead of that, the total production value or total production by state. This is what we can see here, and we can apply this. Obviously this may disable the title, yes, but no problem, we will apply it once again. And similarly we will create another chart here, and in this chart we will try to create total production by year, so we can see the trend analysis, right? So here we are going to change it to area chart, and in x-axis we are going to keep the year name. So this is total production in dollars by year. Okay, I'm sorry for getting confused because these are very quick. So this is actually in LBS. I will just change that, please don't make that mistake. This is in LBS, and now similarly we can also show the exact value. So that's why I have kept it here. Total production is in LBS and production value is given in dollars. Make sure you are applying the same or the color correct sign here. So this is total production in LBS by state. We will make another copy of it, and here we are going to write total production value. So this will give us total production value, which we are going to put in color saturation. And here actually in color saturation I'm going to use a different fill color. So we have gradient where we have minimum value and maximum value in red and green. I will select in orange and dark orange. Okay, this way I will be able to see that it is pretty much same as what we had in case of a state, because it will depend on it. So you can see the values are also pretty much same, but here the production value is given in dollars. So this is production value by state, and here we can add a center state also where we can put a different color. Let's say we are putting this color. So this is production value by state, and this is production quantity by state. So here we are going to put title, and here this is value of production by state. We can create a simple line chart in which we have selected total production. I will first change the proper name of it, and we can add another line here where we can put production value. So you can see production value by year, how it has varied. And for the second line that we have, like we have two lines, so this is sum of production value, and for this we will use the theme color of this. So this is total production and total production value by state. And now we have this, and finally we have yield per colony. So we can put a simple visual here where we can show yield per colony, and which I am going to select as average. What is the average yield per colony? So here we will simply rename, this is average of yield per colony. And here I will just write one more thing. Here we have to change the visual because we are putting it on a dark background. So for call out value, I'm going to select a very light color, and even for category label, let's select a light color. So this way, obviously a very short dashboard, but with the help of this dashboard you can find out state wise information. Let's say if you select a state, what is the performance of that particular state. Let's say if we select GA, HI, whatever. So let's say if we select New York, what is the year wise total production and value of production, how many total number of colonies are there, average of price per pound, total stocks that farmers have held, total production, etc. So this way you can create this type of simple interactive dashboard to give people options to analyze this kind of data. Try this from your end. It's a short project you can build, and this will be useful for, you know, as a beginner it will be useful for deciding what to take as our main target field, how to create KPIs, how to create interactive filters. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Please support your please show the support by liking this video, commenting here with your questions and suggestions if you have any. Thanks once again. Have a nice day.